Hello, I am honored to acknowledge the Texarkana Twin City chapter of Jack and Jill of America as the recipient of the 2011 Dr. Martin Luther King Acts of Kindness Community Involvement Award. This organization stands high when it comes to being involved in the lives of our children and their mothers. I can recall some of the things that they've done involving faith, love, and hope in our children. During our hometown NFL weekend, their children joined forces with Faith, Love, and Hope's children, and they served during the banquet and did an immaculate job. During their annual fundraiser, not only did they raise money to help their organization, but they chose a nonprofit, which was Faith, Love, and Hope. And they do this annually. They choose a nonprofit. But this year I can say it was Faith, Love, and Hope that was the recipient of some of those proceeds. And during Christmas of this past year, I can recall trying to find toys for two families who weren't able to buy their children anything for Christmas. And at the last minute on Christmas Eve, one of the members of Jack and Jill called and asked, "Rose, do you know anybody who doesn't have toys for their children?" And they brought toys for both of those families. Jack and Jill, you are getting an award that you so richly deserve. Thank you.
Good evening, and congratulations to the Jack and Jill organization on being the recipients this year of the MLK Acts of Kindness Award. The moms from Jack and Jill for the last 4 or 5 years have been of such benefit to our young people in the Educational Talent Search program. Educational Talent Search is a federally funded program by the Department of Education. We work with students grades 6 through 12, and our early intervention program is 6 through 8. And we present workshops to these students. Most of them are low income or first generation with college potential. So for the last 4 or 5 years, the moms of Jack and Jill have been invaluable to our organization. They have presented workshops for our students. Usually we average around 40, 45 students. These workshops have consisted of things such as table manners, telephone etiquette, how to receive compliments, how to give compliments, how to write thank you notes, things that they will need to help them succeed. As a matter of fact, they are doing a workshop for us next weekend entitled Good Manners for Future Leaders. So again, I would like to say congratulations to the ladies of Jack and Jill, much continued success, and we continue to look forward to you all helping us. And again, thank you and congratulations.
Nine years ago, my doctor informed me that I had stage 1 ductal carcinoma, which is a fancy way of saying I had breast cancer. It was a devastating diagnosis, but I immediately sought treatment, and following surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, my chances for long-term survival were greater than 95%. 9 years later, I'm alive and healthy for one reason. My breast cancer was diagnosed early. It was actually found in my routine annual mammogram. I was lucky. I had a job, I had health insurance, and I was educated about the importance of being proactive about breast health. Not all women are as fortunate as I was. Through our Community Grants program, the Texarkana affiliate of Susan G. Komen for the Cure provides funding to local healthcare organizations for breast health education and breast cancer screening. The monies we raise at our annual Race for the Cure go toward ensuring that all women in our community understand the importance of regular mammograms and that they have access to those mammograms even if they're uninsured or underinsured. Since our first race in 1998, we have provided mammograms for thousands of women in Bowie, Miller, Little River, and Cass counties. Breast cancers have been diagnosed and lives have been saved. On the national level, Susan G. Komen for the Cure funds research to find better treatments for breast cancer, research to find the causes of breast cancer, and research to find a cure for breast cancer. Our founder, Ambassador Nancy Brinker, promised her sister Susie, who died of breast cancer, that she would do everything she could to stop women from dying from this disease. The promise of Susan G. Komen for the Cure is to end breast cancer forever. From our board of directors to our dedicated race committee members, from our generous sponsors to our supportive race participants, all of us, and probably all of you, have been touched in some way by breast cancer. I serve on the board of directors of the Texarkana affiliate of Susan G. Komen for the Cure for one reason: hope. Hope that every woman in our community who's diagnosed with breast cancer will ultimately be a survivor, and hope that eventually a cure will be found and there will be an end to breast cancer forever.
I just want to say congratulations to the Komen Race for the Cure for receiving the 2011 Martin Luther King Acts of Kindness Award. I have been involved with the Komen Texarkana Race for the Cure since it came to Texarkana in 1999. And I have been involved from being a volunteer to a race captain to serving on the board and serving as a committee member. The greatest thing about working with the Komen Race for the Cure is that everyone I work with, from the executive board down to the volunteers, truly care about what the mission is for Komen. Komen provides education, it provides exams for those who may not be able to get them, for the uninsured or either the uninsured. This is a valuable asset to our community. And as you know, most of the funds that are raised by the Race for the Cure stays right here in Texarkana. And that is the great thing about it also. They do very good work, and I am so honored to be associated with the Komen Race for the Cure. This past year, when we moved the venue to the Four States Fair Grounds Arena, we had over 8,000 race members, and we raised close to $4 million, and that's a lot of money to stay here in the community. So I want to say to Komen Race for the Cure to keep up the good work. Texarkana needs you, and I'm so proud that you are receiving this award.
I'd like to congratulate this year's recipient of the Martin Luther King Acts of Kindness Award for Business. This year's recipient is very deserving of it. I can launch many accolades and superlatives his way, and none of them would be false. Pioneer, trailblazer, entrepreneur extraordinaire, leader, all of those. He is responsible for bringing the first Black-owned radio station to this market, which has provided a very vital platform for our community to express itself. Now he has moved into the TV arena, a very, very unorthodox style, to say the least. But the proof has always been in the pudding. All of the projects that he has launched somehow seems to bear fruit. This year's recipient, my friend, my brother, Mr. Al Davis.
Abraham Lincoln said, "Reputation is the shadow, character is the truth." Our character is not just what we try to display for others to see. It is who we are, even when no one else is watching. good character is doing the right thing because it is right to do what is right. It's for others to follow. I have known Al Davis for more than 20 years, and it really doesn't seem that long. He has been a role model for me and many others in Texarkana, both sides of the line. He has served on many nonprofit boards, such as the Literacy Council of Bowie and Miller Counties, Texarkana College Radio Committee, Texarkana College Diversity Awareness Committee, Texarkana Independent School District's Technology Committee, Texarkana Independent School District's Partners in Education, Texarkana Regional Arts and Humanities Council African American Voice Committee, and of course, he is a past president of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity. He has given his time, talent, and treasure. His business is one to be envied. He started the first African American radio station here in Texarkana and made it #1 in the Arklatex. He is now conquering a new media outlet with KTEV TV, and there is no doubt that he will again conquer the Arklatex and beyond. In 8 lessons from Martin Luther King Jr., Lesson 2 states that great leaders engage the heart. Lesson 3 states that great leaders refuse to accept the status quo. Mr. Al Davis truly engages the heart through his compelling shows on KTEV TV, and he does not accept the status quo because he is an active part of the Texarkana community. Al Davis is truly worthy of the Martin Luther King Jr. Acts of Kindness Business Award.
Good.